coming to the physiological of pregnancy, as we know, pregnancy induces the systemic changes to support fetal growth. Obviously, like whatever anatomical changes, how organs will change, how uterus will change, these all we saw. Yeah, the body will change itself, even the position, its functioning, everything to help the fetal growth. And hormones play a central role in adaptation. Obviously, whatever changes are happening, it may be anatomical, it may be physiological. The main role is about the hormones here. If hormones are changing, according to the changes of the body, the hormones will play a role. Understanding maternal physiology aids in prenatal care. Obviously, why we should understand the physiological changes? If we know the particular physiological changes, what all changes are happening, we can advise them correctly about the prenatal care. One thing, even like many of you, we have the yoga instructors, right? You may be knowing which yoga or which asana to suggest at which period of the gestation or which situation of the gestation. Like for example, as we discussed in the backache condition, in backache condition, has many of you answered, like say to Banda, you will advise. You know in which condition what yoga or asana you should advise. But before advising, as we discussed this point also, in some part of the pregnancy, they may be having complications, so that they can't do that particular posture, or they may be not comfortable to do that posture. Why they are not comfortable, and when we should advise, we will get a correct idea when we know the what all changes are happening in a pregnancy, right? It may be an anatomical part or it may be a physiological part. So if we know detailed knowledge, so only though this course name is like prenatal yoga sessions, they added these all topics syllabus, because if you all know the perfect explanation or perfect reasons what all changes are happening, why changes are happening, then you can advise your clients confidently that this posture or this position or this asana will help you in particular condition 100%. You will be confident to explain your clients, right? So we should know the knowledge of everything, what all changes are happening. Reproductive anatomy, obviously in detail we saw all this, how ovaries work, how fallopian tube works, how uterus works, how cervix works, and how vagina works, right? Obviously ovaries play a movement of ovulation, like ovum, ovary, egg or ovum will be released from ovary after maturing, and it will be moved through the fallopian tube and it will reach uterus. And obviously fallopian tube is fertilization site or a tube. Uterus, where the fetus take implantation, and whole 9 months fetus will grow. And cervix is the barrier to the uterus and vagina. And what is vagina? The birth canal through which the fetus comes out. Physiological changes in pregnancy, major changes are hormonal adjustments, hormone increase, decrease, everything will happen. Changes in major body systems, especially which all systems will get changed: cardiovascular system, respiratory system, renal system, and some etc. systems. What all changes will happen in endocrine system in pregnancy? Particularly, don't confuse, these all changes only will be as a topic only related to pregnancy. Whatever topics we are discussing are only about the pregnancies. Whatever changes will happen in pregnancy, we are seeing. So HCG, however, we know, like when a woman missed her pregnancy, she can confirm her pregnancy whether when woman missed her menstrual cycle periods, then after 4 days, as we discussed, if she missed her period for 30 days or 28 days plus 4 days, after 4 days if she do UPT, she will get the urine pregnancy test, she will get the result. But in some women, in lack of hormones or in lack of some conditions, they may have light forms of 2 lines. You all know, in kid, if you get 2 lines, red lines, then UPT will be positive. If the line is very light, or if she didn't get lines but she had the pregnancy symptoms and she missed her periods also, she can go for HCG level test or investigation through blood. If the HCG level is we have some in the pre-pregnancy this much level, or if the woman is pregnant, some range, they have different ranges. So if they go for blood test, they will see the HCG level. It maintains the especially early pregnancy, this hormone or this particular content will maintain the early pregnancy. And coming for progesterone hormone, relaxes uterine muscles. Estrogen promotes uterine and breast growth, and relaxin hormone softens the ligaments for labor. So these special hormones which we want or which we need in whole pregnancy, in whole gestational period. Cardiovascular system, what all changes will happen? Increased blood volume, because has the hormonal changes will happen, fatigue, like overall body will become fatigue, and the another fetus will be growing inside the womb of a woman. It's obviously like blood volume will increase, because like for example, without pregnancy also, if we are very fatigued or if we are very strained or if we run, obviously like we will feel like over respiration and breathlessness. In that condition also blood volume will increase, right? So in the same way, our body is fighting through the many changes in pregnancy, so blood volume will increase. Increased cardiac output, obviously when volume increased, output and input will be increased. Heart rate elevations, decreased systematic vascular resistance. Because of these all, there will be decreased system. This I explained in one of the graph form, that is 50% cardiac output will be increased due to our overall like maybe the changes or physiological changes. Stroke volume will be increased. Heart, due to this, heart rate will be increased. Blood pressure, initially it will be decreased, but after Mika, due to these all increase, blood pressure initially it will be decreased. Later, as gestational period increases, as trimester increases, this blood pressure will increase. Again, this blood pressure depends on the diet maintaining of a pregnant woman, routine of a pregnant woman, and stress level of the pregnant woman. But as we saw in whole these days classes, if blood pressure increases, it may go to preeclampsia condition. That is one of the complication condition in pregnancy. So we should avoid. Even this blood pressure should not decrease also. Again, it will go for hypo. Like decreased blood pressure also may have some complications in pregnant women. So either it should not increase or either it should not decrease. It should be maintained in a normal way. And the normal blood pressure level is 120 by 80 mmHg, but it may vary. Like it should not be accurately 120 by 80 only. Like it's not compulsory. It may vary from 110 to 70 or 130 70, 130 90. It may vary, but it should not go below 90 by 60 and above one, like maximum 140 or 130. 140 also is more. 130 and 90, it should be a maximum level, especially in pregnancy. And some other graphs, like obviously when blood volume increases, the dilutional of anemia you may be here in many pregnant women, like when they go for investigation of HP level, it will be 9 or 10. It will be low only. So because of this, when blood volume increases, the anemia condition may hamper. Anemia may happen. White blood cells will be increased. Obviously, here they will be having white blood cells increased, so they will be more prone for respiratory infections or their immunity will be low. As like in general also, if you see in people or especially in kids, when they will be having repeated or frequent respiratory infections, their white blood cells will be increased. Have you observed? If you saw any investigation reports, you will get to know. If our white blood cells are increased, then our total count is increased, we will be more prone for infections. So in pregnant, they will say avoid going in crowded people, or avoid going in dust, or avoid going out maximally, because they will be more prone for infections. And even these all leads to increased risk of thrombopolic diseases. It is some of the respiratory or skin diseases. And in pulmonary, what all changes will happen? Upper airways, capillary enlargement and congestions. Even this condition is very common in pregnancy. Like in pregnancy, you can see they will say about the blockage of nose, especially in night time when they will sleep in supine position. They will complain that there is blockage of nose, so they are not able to respire easily. So because of this reason, and increased minute ventilations, increased progesterone, direct respiratory stimulants. Why these upper airways will block? Because of as we know, there will be increased progesterone level in a body that directly stimulates the respiratory system. And because of this, because of progesterone hormone increased, there will be direct respiratory stimulation. So that for that reason, we need Mihir. So because of this reason, sorry for disturbance, kid is shouting, like because of this stimulation, respiratory stimulation, the oxygen consumption should be more. Like we need more oxygen to respire. So in that condition, if the oxygen level is less or ventilation is less in a room, then such pregnant women will feel congestion, will feel breathlessness, or there is blockage of nose. They can't respire easily. They will feel. So in such conditions, what we should advise pregnant women to have more ventilation in their room, especially while sleeping, while in their supine position. Advise them to have more ventilation, like windows are open with that. Because again mosquitoes problem will be there, so with that windows should be open. If they do this, ventilation is more, then they will not feel blockage of nose or breathlessness. So that graphs only in a written form. Respiratory system, what all changes will happen? We want increased oxygen demand due to progesterone induced hyperventilation and elevated. One reason is progesterone level increased, so we need hyperventilation. So because of that, the body demands more oxygen. Another thing is elevated diaphragm, because as we saw in pregnancy changes after second trimester, the as the baby bump start to increase, there will be pressure on upper part of the body of a pregnant woman as she completes the 6th month or 7th month, when especially when baby turns cephalic position. In this condition, the baby will be moving downwards, head will be moving downwards. Because of that, the baby's legs will be pulling up, like it will be pushing up, right? So because of this reason, the woman's body or the woman's diaphragm will be getting pressure. Because of that reason, she may feel breathlessness or heaviness of the chest. Renal system, what all changes will happen? Increased glomerular filtration rate. Because of this, the woman will be feeling repeated urinations or frequent feeling of urination, fluid retentions, uterus dilation. Because of these all reasons, the woman will be feeling frequent urination or pressure on the vagina part or pressure on the bladder part. Gastrointestinal system, what all changes will happen? Progesterone affects slower gastric emptying, as we discussed. Like pregnant women will feel repeated gastric problems or indigestion problems, heaviness of chest, or sometimes they feel hard stools. So because of the increased level of progesterone hormone, there will be slower of the gastric emptying. Because of this, the pregnant woman will feel always gastric issues. Increased nausea and vomiting due to morning sickness. Again, these also due to increased hormones, like they will feel morning sickness or always nausea and vomiting. And with that, obviously, when our gut is disturbed, even like vomiting will be there, and even GIT, gastrointestinal tract, is same, right? So when our gut is disturbed, even they will be having constipation, that is nothing but hard stool. With that, increased nausea and vomiting. Musculoskeletal changes. So what all positions, like lordosis, that is postural changes, joint relaxation, increased risk of injuries. Why? Because as our other body parts, though we are eating nutrition and we are healthy, the every body system is focusing on our uterus in a pregnancy. So all our nutrition, all our strength is working in the uterus to maintain the fetus, right? So these all other joints relaxation maybe or postural changes maybe will happen. Due to that, there will be high risk of injuries. So because of these all risk factors only, the pregnant women should be moved safe, or they should be kept in a separate, dominating them in a separate care we should keep. And in the graph way, like musculoskeletal joint laxity, as we saw, laxity or relaxation will be increased. Because of that, there will be increased risk of sprains. We will hear, right? Like especially in the last trimester, pregnant women will complain about the cramps in muscles, or cramps in back region, or cramps in shoulder region, because of the increased laxity in the joints. Because of that reason, there will be increased risk of sprains. And endocrine system, as we saw, the prolactin hormone will be increased. Because of prolactin hormone increased, it will help the preparation of or breastfeeding. Nothing but the production of breast milk will be formed due to increased prolactin hormone. And due to CRH, increased hormone, creatinine hormone, possible stimulant for labor. it creates the muscle contraction. It stimulates due to increased insulin. Maternal DM. DM is nothing but diabetic mellitus. As we discussed, in pregnancy, there will be more chance of getting gestational diabetes. So it will be due to increased insulin in our body. And about renal, has already discussed, due to urinary statuses, there will be increased risk of UTIs. Even we discussed this in pregnancy stages. UTI is nothing but urinary tract infections. Due to increased risk of frequent urination or pressure on the bladder or increased urinary statuses, there will be risk of infections in the urinary tract. And even one condition, or in other condition, as we discussed, there will be continuous discharge from the in the vaginal part, whatever the panty is wet. Again, we discussed that it should not be fully wet. They should not feel fully wet, but some sort of discharges are normal. If that discharge is not maintained in a hygiene way, maybe wearing a wetted panty, or in some pregnancy they may be having more discharge than to they are not changing the panties, though they are using wetted panties only for longer duration maybe, or in some conditions if they had intercourse in pregnancies, these all may cause the infections. And due to that frequent retentions or frequent urination, even they may have edema of the foot. Uterine and breast changes. Obviously, these are main changes in pregnancy, right? Breast growth of the breast and changes in the uterine. Uterine growth and vascularization due to growing fetus. Breast enlargement and tenderness due to hormones. As we saw, estrogen helps to growth of the breast, and due to the growth in a size and the growth in production of breast milk, there will be tenderness or pain. Tenderness is nothing but what is like a tenderness pain is when you touch a breast or when you press a breast, there will be very much pain, which is not tolerable. That is nothing but tenderness. And areola pigmentation. Areola pigmentation is one of the growth point of the breast. Next is fetal development. Has these all classes we saw. What all trimester overview, in first trimester, what all changes will happen in fetus. Second trimester, what all changes will happen in fetus. And in third trimester, according to size, according to organ changes, according to the movement changes, everything we saw detailedly in last classes. And common discomforts in pregnancy, though you have any complications, though you won't have any complications if the woman is pregnant, obviously these all commonly disorders or discomforts the pregnant woman will be present. That is back pain. It will be due to pressure on the back or pressure on the back nerves due to growing uterus. Edema again, it will be due to, in some condition, due to dehydration, in some condition due to increased blood pressure, in some condition due to pressure on the lower extremities. But lower extremities edema will be present especially in the women who are short-heighted, because in short-heighted, whatever baby bump is growing, that all pressure will be on their lower extremities. If they are heighted, it will be balanced, but if they are short height, the edema will be more. And fatigue, obviously, due to overall changes like anatomical changes, physiological changes in our body, with hormonal changes, the woman will feel fatigue. So this is the short topic about the physiological changes in the pregnancy. So